Both at the November and the December board meeting, we've been negotiating an oil and gas lease with Antero Resources for MWCD lands at Seneca. Under the proposed terms of the lease, there would be no well pads on district property, and lease roads and pipelines, essentially no surface operations. But the unique aspect of the lease, the very unique aspect of the lease, is that terms of the lease will apply to adjacent private property under certain circumstances. For instance, if Antero drills a well where there's a lateral that goes under district property and we share in that well, then that well pad will fall under the jurisdiction of the lease. Or there would be possibly times where there's a well adjacent to us, but the lateral runs parallel or it does not intersect district property. So we also inserted in the lease that if there's a well, Antero well, within 1/2 mile of the property line, that also will fall under the jurisdiction of the lease. And the lease itself is based on the Clendening lease, basically very similar. Includes most of the surface operation requirements, such as specifications on the drilling operations, the reclamation procedures, light and sound control, water sampling before and after the drilling operation at anything within 2,500 feet. And then we also, another aspect is we have an opportunity to view Antero's plans annually and throughout the year to see what they're planning, and so we can be part of the process. We have an opportunity to review the erosion and sedimentation plans. How are they going to handle rainfall runoff to properly build the sites? There's preparedness, prevention, and contingency plans. Who to contact if there's a difficulty. All make sure they have our contact information and work with them. We did the same with Gulfport at Clendening, and it was helpful because we were local. We were able to change that quite a bit. Engineering site plans prior to construction, so every site has to be completely engineered and reviewed to make sure that they have followed proper procedures. So, and this is on private property adjacent to it, so it's a protection not only to district property but also to adjacent private property. Situations such as reclamation plans where we might recommend wildlife plans. Because it's on private property, of course, it would be subject to the private property owner. But we nonetheless would say, here's what we would recommend, that if he wants it turned back into a certain type of a crop field, that's fine. We have to recognize the private property rights. But nonetheless, I think we've gone a long way to build a buffer around the reservoir, both the half-mile buffer, and then the wells could be easily built sited 3/4 of a mile from district property and still fall under this terms of the lease. So we're very encouraged we were able to work with Antero to that extent. They are a good company. And through the negotiation process, I guess at this point in time, as you mentioned, we're not recommending an action today. What we have done is put the lease before you for review, and the plan is to then come back at the next board meeting in February and make a recommendation at that time.
Any questions, comments from board members?
In the event there is a migration, it says prevent the migration of gases and other fluids in the surrounding groundwater. Who's liable for that? Is it a drilling company or us?
Drilling company.
The drilling.
Are the economic terms of the lease still under negotiation?
Yes.
Are we going to have an executive session to discuss that today?
I think it'd be worthy to have a discussion about that. We want to make sure that.
I mean, if your plans are to complete the lease terms in order to present them to the board at the February meeting, I think we need to talk about what the current economic status of the negotiations is, and whether, what the board's willing to do in terms of the final product. So, and we will do that in executive session.
Can I ask you a question?
We have a long agenda.
I understand. You're gonna be in executive session, so I can't ask the question then. Question is that I noticed that in our area, pulling pipe, ask them what they do with the pipe. They use a new well. Is there any provisions in these leases for use of new pipe? Yes. So that you would be using new pipe that has been, I'm not quite sure what the process is. The certificate, whatever.
Yeah,
it
there's
is. Guarantee that it's not cracked all up. You know, if you pull pipe, crack it all up, those guys are not pretty rough on pipe. So is that is in your proposed well? Is that in the previous one? Thank you.
All right, next item.
Oh,
on the
can I also make a comment, because I have to say this really. My
Sorry,
husband,
ma'am, this is not a public hearing.
can I be in the closed meeting of the board then?
No, you may not.
And will we have the results of the closed meeting of the board right afterwards if we stick around?
If we're going to take any action, that will be only in public session. We are going to be in executive session to discuss economic terms of the lease that we're still negotiating, and that has to be done in executive session.
Okay, can we at least, is this the 30-day comment period? Is this all we get?
If I may, Mr. Chairman, it was not about a 30-day comment period. It was that the lease proposed recommendation would lay over at least one meeting. So there was 2 public meetings that the lease was in the public, and that this is the action being taken.
I'd be happy to talk to Ms. Harper offline about that.
And I'd also like to go on record,
I'll talk to you more about that.
I would like to request a working group.
They've always had the ability to make
You can
comments.
submit any comments, the U.S. Mail delivers stuff to us.
I would be glad to ask for a working group. Just put that in your minutes the same way with Harrison County. We would like our own working group.
Give me all that info, that'd be great.
Okay. I'm
Next
leaving.
item on the agenda